Ribes americanum. Here it is nearby the road in the Birds Hill Provincial Park. Another locality is in the same park but inside of the forest, in the Cedar Bog Trail, where it was seen along this trail in a lot of spots actually. This is a common species in this park. English name is wild black currant. Here it is fruiting already, usually it is August, and it's very rare to see a lot of berries on this. They are usually falling down before they are going to be black, but they should be black when they ripe. They are edible as well as the next species berries, but it's very rare to see a lot of berries on these shrubs. Ribes americanum is a common species in the central part of North America and in the eastern part, so it is in Canada and in the United States. Ribes americanum is a very common species in Manitoba, mainly in the prairie zone and in the south part of the boreal forests. Very common in Winnipeg City actually. I saw it a lot of times there. Fruiting as well, but usually it's easy to see flowering with yellow flowers in the very large groups. These flowers are together, and there it is along the trails in the parks, including bicycle trails. Ribes triste, or in English it is swamp red currant. Berries are red, but here it's already the middle of October and they are of course absent, these berries. It's a very large shrub actually. The size is very small, declining to the ground. The form of leaves is different from the previous species too. Not only the color of berries and pubescence as well. These yellow dots which were present on the previous species underneath of the leaves, they are absent here. Very good description of this species is on the webpage about Minnesota wildflowers. Ribes rubrum is a very similar species, and there is explanation about the differences between these two species, which is very suitable. Ribes rubrum is from Europe, but it is already introduced in Winnipeg, where it's growing in the park, and one video already is recorded there and present here on YouTube from my channel. Very similar species. But here Ribes triste, it's native from Manitoba. Actually quite uncommon species. In the middle part of Manitoba it's more common, of course, in the north part, in the boreal forests. It is as well in Asia, in Siberia and Far East. Here in Manitoba it is of course more common in the north part. There are a lot of localities in Winnipeg on I net, but I'm not sure if it is not Ribes rubrum, because still it's not confirmed, a lot of them. And then firstly I saw Ribes rubrum in Winnipeg and I thought that it is Ribes triste, but actually it is a Ribes rubrum in the park, with different color of berries, white, pale color and red. But Ribes triste is here always with red berries. There are several localities of Ribes triste in the Birds Hill Provincial Park, and here are 3 spots actually connected to each other along the same trail, Cedar Bog Trail, together with the previous species, where it's possible to see the difference between them very good, because they are growing together on the same trail. The height is different, of course. Ribes triste here is very small, but it could be higher species as well. Here it's just very small on this trail, I don't know. maybe it's just start to grow. But of course Ribes americanum is very high on this trail, it's much higher than Ribes triste. What is visible on these videos. Of course the height could depend on the cover of trees, and here it's a lot of trees, it's a bog ecosystem, very high humidity, and it prefers exactly Ribes triste. When Ribes americanum could be in the drier places actually. Even in Winnipeg, of course, it is a lot of dry places nearby the trails, in the parks, but of course as well nearby the river banks, for example in downtown area. And here we have Ribes americanum again, just several meters away from Ribes triste, on different sides of the same trail, but even in the same side they are growing very close to each other, but different height exactly shows where it is located every species, and the form of leaves is very different too, specifically the base of leaves. All the spots they were already observed on my net, and I just did checking and a specific trip to meet both of them, but mainly Ribes triste was very interesting for me. I didn't see it in Winnipeg City, and I was wanting to see it in the nature. It's a very north species actually, in Siberia for example, which prefers of course very cold weather, which is present in Manitoba. But in North America it is as well much souther, in the Great Lakes area, and even in Pennsylvania and Oregon.